Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Monster Gens monster review video. So today I am back with another monster review. We have Acheron, the exclusive pass monster, up to level 130 rank 3. So I'm going to be reviewing this monster, showing you guys the best skills, the best runes, and everything you need to know, and also take him to battle, of course. So I hope you guys are excited. If you are, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, notifications on. Anyways, let's go on and get started. So as you can see, we have a rank 3 Acheron here. When you purchase the exclusive pass, you'll get a rank 3 instantly. So take a look at this. You have Demon as one of the traits. We haven't had this in a while, so it's returning. Apparently, the Demon trait. Basically, what it does is that it has a status effect. Basically, the status effect have a 20% less accuracy, and also you have it mean to burn and ignite. So that's like a cherry on top, basically. Rank 1, you have resurrection block. Blocks all resurrection skills. So if you're facing any resurrectors and they try to resurrect, they really can't do it. So it's really good against any resurrectors that basically resurrects. Immune to control as a status caster at rank 3. I just wish that was a trait, but it's just a status caster, unfortunately. But yeah, recently we've had quite a lot of monsters with the immune to control status casters and traits, especially freeze. Alright, we're gonna have to get it to level 130 because if we have it to level 100, it doesn't really show the stats correctly because it's already ranked up. So I actually wrote it down right here. This is the correct stats at level 100. They have about 10,384 strength power, and comparing that to the other Metropolitan monsters, it is actually the highest power stat in the game. It's actually tied with Malphader and Kildrill. Alright, so it is the highest power stat tied with those two. Life, on the other hand, you have 114,909, which is actually pretty good amount of life to have. It's actually not bad. And then speed, on the other hand, 7,216, which is actually a decent amount of speed to have. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's actually a decent amount. But yeah, that's just basically the stats at level 100. Let's go ahead and take a look at the skills, but before we do that, let's take a look at the ultimate. It's called Flames of Despair. So it applies Light Hater to itself, applies triple damage and immune to control to itself, blocks out 50% of the incoming damage from itself. So here's the thing with the ultimate, it is great, it's amazing, but the thing is, it can be cleansed, so you have to watch out, alright? So if you're gonna use it and the enemy might end up cleansing it, you gotta watch out because it is cleansable. Alright, so gotta watch out from that because it's not like you apply that and then deal damage. It doesn't deal any damage. You have to apply that, and then next turn, that's when you really hit them heavily. You know what I mean? With the triple damage Light Hater as well. But it's nice having that immune to control and damage detection in case they're trying to control you, or if they end up hitting you with damage, so your monster doesn't die or doesn't take too much damage. Anyways, let's go ahead and change the skills here. We have Destruction. This is a heavy dark damage to all enemies, and that's it. Literally, just an AoE heavy damage, heavy dark damage to all enemies. Then we have Rage, which applies a double damage and immune to control to itself. Control immunity isn't really that bad, honestly, in case if the enemy does end up hitting you with something like Freeze or Stun, or for example, Corruption or whatever. So it's good having that, alright? Let's see what else we have here. Ferocity. It's a massive dark damage to one enemy, steals life from target. Okay, that's a pretty good ultimate. Or sorry, not ultimate, pretty good skill. Massive dark damage. And the thing about that is that it's only 36 stamina with 1 turn cooldown. Then you have Oblivion, which is a moderate dark damage to all enemies, applies Nightmare to all enemies. Honestly, I'm gonna swap this here, I'm gonna swap this there. Alright. This one's not that bad, honestly. You see this one? Suffering? It's really not that bad. You're applying 2 tortures, status effects actually, 2 status effects, so nightmares and bleeding, right? Which isn't bad. But I still like the steal target or steal life from target skill, and also rage. But the thing with rage is that they can end up cleansing that. I kind of want to run all attack skills, but at the same time, I don't want to. You know what? Here's the thing. If you're going to be running this monster with, let's say, for example, this is just an example, Algata, right? Algata applies damage boost and stuff like that, triple damage, double damage. You can go ahead and swap Rage with, for example, Suffering, or any other ones that deals damage, right? You can go ahead and do that. But if you're not going to run with any monsters that basically gives you damage boost or anything like that, then go ahead and run Rage over Suffering, for example. Alright? But he does have quite a lot of good skills to choose from. Hatred applies damage boost to itself, applies Light Hater. Triple damage against light monsters, just like his ultimate. And wow, okay. Wow. Unholy Demon. It's a low dark damage to all enemies. It's a 0 cooldown, 30 stamina. As long as you have the stamina, you can continue spamming that. Then you have this other skill, which is a moderate dark damage to one enemy. It steals life from target. So you basically can spam this because it does not require any stamina. It does not require any cooldown. So even if you get hit with cooldown activation, you're fine. Even if you get your stamina drained, it's fine. You can continue spamming this as long as you want, right? So the thing is, this, I don't know if this is 100% lifesteal. We can probably test it out. it's 100% lifesteal or not. I'm gonna run Oblivion for the status effect there for the nightmares. Then the massive light damage also steals life from target. It's still the same exact thing, but it's just that this one's spammable, this one isn't. So here's the thing. Overall, I recommend running these 4 skills that I have right now, but you can actually swap a couple of them here and there, play around with them. For example, Underworld, you can probably swap this with one of them because remember, this is a spammable one, right? You can also go ahead and swap Rage for one of them. These other two, the Hatred and Unholy, unless you have a play, I don't recommend running them. But other than that, yeah, these 4 right here would be probably your best to go with. All of them that deal damage. But once again, I'm going to be running it with Algara, which applies damage boost to this monster. Into all basically, but I need it for Acheron the most. So we're going to see how it goes. But I've got to say that design is pretty scary. It's pretty scary. Anyways, for his relic slot, he has trap as one of them. This is actually bad. An attacker does not need a trap. This is terrible. I'm not sure why they gave him a trap, but we might as well just go with like Wormhole's Trap or something. And then, okay, so another thing. If you don't want to go with Wormhole's Trap, let's say you don't have it, I recommend going in with either Mantis Claw's Trap, Nebulance Trap. You can also do Ruby's Trap if you want to. Alright? And then lastly, Rodden's Trap. Those will be your only options. But since I have Wormhole's Trap and it's like one of the best, I'm going to go with it. And then for SN, this is actually not that bad. This is good. So here's the thing. You can go with Flamar's SN. You can go with Gekon's SN if you want to give some stamina, right? Siren's SN would be another option. Uriel's SN is pretty popular. You could probably go with that one. And that'd be it. Alright? But I'm going to personally go with Flamar's. Actually, I think he's using his Flamar's SN. Let me see. Yeah, he's probably using his Flamar's SN on defense. Let me see here real quick. Let me go to battle. Let's see, defense team. Oh, you're not using it. Cool. Okay, so that's awesome. We can use it then. Here's what I'm going to do though. I'm going to swap your runes. I mean, not swap your runes. I'm going to swap your monster. And of course, we're going to run this dark attacker here on our side. But the thing is, I'm not sure if I could actually beat this players with a 130 against, because they're going to be using like 150s and stuff like that. You know, it's a 130 versus 150s. So, not sure if this is really going to work out. But hey, we could give it a try. Let me just go ahead and go with Metropolitan here. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of those. We're going to give it some level 10 runes. Here's what I recommend giving for the runes, by the way. You can go with 1 speed and 2 strength runes. Okay? 1 speed and 2 strength. That's what I recommend giving. So, let me actually swap these runes. You don't need any strength runes. So, I'm going to go with triple speed here. Or I could do 1 team speed on you. Just so that you're not super fast, you know? I want you to go right after Acheron. But like Acheron's kind of slow right now. Because it's a 130 versus a 150. Compared to 150, you know what I mean? But here's what I recommend giving, guys. For the runes, this is what you can give. Alright? Something like this. Or you can also do 2 speed and 1 strength. Okay? Something like this also works out. But this is very popular, so if you want to go with this one, go with it. Alright? So now that we got it to 130, that's cool. Here's the thing for the street talent. Here are a couple that I recommend giving. Frequency Gauntlet is actually not bad. You can run that on this. You can also do Tactical Scouter to regain some stamina. And also, you'll have True Vision to all allies. Okay, that's not bad. And Face Shield also works, but if I'd recommend running this on defense. I feel like it works best on defense. Alright. But there's also Hidden Shift if you want to run that, of course. Me personally, what I'm going to do is probably run Tactical Scouter. Because here's the thing, I'm running Flamar's SN. I'm not running Gekon's SN or the Zyron's one, which, you know, gives me stamina. So I'm just going to go with something like this. Now let's compare the speed here. 23,000 speed, 13,000. Yeah, that's way too slow. So I might have to give my Algara a 1 team speed or something. Something like that. So let me see if I can find a monster here. Like Mojo Jack, for example. And we're going to swap your rune. Just give you something else for now. And Algara, I'm going to have to nerf your speed a bit. So let's see now. 21k speed. Yeah, it's still too fast. We might need another team speed. So let me borrow this other one now. Just like this. And we're going to give you another team speed. We should be good now. 18,000 speed. 13,000. It's going to change in battle because I'm giving in 2 team speeds there. Alright, so our team is set up. We're going to go ahead and start this. Cam. Okay, I remember Cam on my stream from today. He was friendly battling me. Cool. Okay, so Mud Body's there. Phase Shield, Pain Distiller. Okay, let's go ahead and start this. Algata takes in first turn, of course. So here's the thing. Yeah, this is what I meant earlier. I'm not sure if I actually mentioned this, but all of his skills that deals damage is basically Dark Element. So against Maltron and Darkuma, especially those two monsters, but of course all the other dark monsters, Dark Element, right? For example, Lord Nebutos, he's not going to deal that much damage because of the element disadvantage, right? But mainly you have to watch out from Maltron and also Darkuma. Okay? I recommend watching out from those two the most. Anyways, what we can do here is apply vulnerability, or we can go ahead and apply triple damage. Do we want to apply triple damage, or do you want to, or shall we go with, for example, vulnerability? Now, if we go with vulnerability, this also removes shield, which will actually help out this monster. At the same time, triple damage also helps out quite a lot. Let's just go with vulnerability for now. So we applied vulnerability. Oh, that also, I forgot. I remember I gave in the Spilling Fist to Talgata. So that also removed all the, or the Megatons. But we still have to attack. So see, with vulnerability, if you're going to be running it with, for example, Agata, that vulnerability will actually help you out. So it doesn't matter if it's dark against dark, you'll be fine. But that's only if you're going to be running it with any monsters that basically applies that. That makes sense. So this is a 45% power, 90% accuracy. This one's a 40% AoE. Then you have a 70% that deals damage. And then you have Suffering, which is a 50% single target. Let's start off with Destruction, because I know one of them have Pain Distiller. Who was it? I think it was a... Yeah, it was a tank. Can I actually take down the tank? I don't think I can. I wish this monster could hold a sword. That would have been a lot better. So you are running Pain Distiller. We might as well take you down. Let's just try to take you down, okay? We're gonna take you down with my Darkuma here. So I'll go with my AoE damage protection. Just like that. Impure, that countdown, that's completely fine. Here, we can go with our triple damage now. Or we could still go with vulnerability if I wanted to do that. But you have Phase Shield, so let's not trigger that. I don't think I can anyway, because the life needs to be below 50% for it to kick in. Okay. So, it's finally my turn. Unfortunately, no vulnerability or anything like that, but I do have triple damage, thanks to Algata. So, here's what I can do. I can do Suffering and apply 2 tortures, but he's immune to tortures, so that's not really going to work out. I could also do the AoE 45% damage, which is Destruction. Look at that. Phase Shield kicked in. It will heal him. Darkuma's turn. You're going to die very soon, Darkuma, right? Okay, it removes all negative side effects. Never mind, we can just do this. Positive effect protection as well. That's cool. You know what? Running Darkuma with this monster won't be a bad idea. Because let's say you end up getting your ultimate. You're going to use that, and then if Darkuma is going in right after, you can go ahead and apply that positive effect protection. So if they try to cleanse it, it won't really be cleansed, if that makes sense, you know? So I recommend running Darkuma with this monster. That's not a bad idea. Now, we need to get rid of Lord Nebutos, so I'm going to apply vulnerability to him because it's dark against dark, and the only thing that's really going to help me out here will be that vulnerability. Alright. So let's see what's going to happen. Healthy Salad. I'm still going to deal quite a lot of damage. So let's apply the 2 tortures to Lord Nebo. Hopefully that lands. Both of them landed, even though there's Bulwark trait. This one applies double damage. I already have 50% damage boost, and Tactical Scouter. We have 0 uses of it, unfortunately. Let's just apply this. Hopefully those 2 torches will take you down. Never mind, you applied life regen. The Lord. That was the Nightmares one. Okay. There we go. Wormhole Trap. Kicked in. Let's go with the Steal Life. Let's see how much life we can actually steal from you with the massive dark damage skill. How much is it? Was that was 200k. Was that full life? That was full life. So he does have a full life. Unless that was the damage, like the amount of damage I actually dealt to that monster. Is it that, or is it just that you always steal 100% life? It's 100% life. Cool. Okay, we can apply triple damage because you do have evasion. So we apply triple damage. Let's go ahead and steal life again with Ferocity, the 1-turn cooldown skill. Take a look at this. You see my life? 146,000. I do Ferocity. 597k damage dealt. Yeah. So look at that. It's 100% life steal. That's cool. Look at that. Here what we can do. Oh, you have evasion. You're most likely going to attack my monster there, so she might end up dying. Let me just apply the double damage while I can. Oh, unfortunately I can't attack you because you have evasion and positive effect protection. There we go. It ran out. Now we can finally attack. We can go with vulnerability. Now we can steal life from you back to 100%. And then we can go with our triple damage here. And then we can hit you with suffering, which is a 50% single target. And even the AoE one, the destruction, which is 45% power, it actually ends up eliminating. That's insane. Look at that. 576,000. That was an AoE skill as well. That's crazy. Cool. Alright, so that was actually a fun battle. But once again, guys, watch out from any dark tanks, especially Darkuma and Maelstrom. Unless you're going to run Algata or any other monsters that basically applies vulnerability that will help you out. But you have to watch out from those monsters because the thing is, all of his skills that deals damage are basically dark element. The only ones that aren't, it's basically the ones that gives you damage boost, and doesn't really help as much, you know? So just watch out from dark monsters. But anyways, overall, I actually like this attacker. I think he's pretty powerful. And yeah, his damage output's actually kind of insane. His damage outputs are insane. But anyways, I like the monster. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys like it or not. But that's going to be pretty much it. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.